Unconfirmed reports just in that thousands of children have awoken on Christmas morning to discover their stockings empty.
It's looking like Christmas here in Leicester Square this morning. I'm at the Get Santa premiere. I'm at Ellie Holland from the fan carpet. I hope you enjoy. The scene in the prison of you getting tough was awesome. Did you like the look?
I loved the look, yeah, and it didn't last long enough once he got into that the cornrows and the plaited beard, but he was, I think he would have, Santa was quite happy with that for a little while, but basically he likes to get back into his look, as he says, oh, the barber says you want to get hard now. Oh, you can't change my look. You can't. But yeah. I think he's quite vain in his way, Santa. He knows what he looks like. Yeah. He knows what his audience expects. Yeah. And I knew that as well, taking on the role. I know what the audience expects.
The father and son scenes are touching, especially when you're talking to on the phone when in the shed. Can you talk about how you approach that scene?
Yeah, to me, when you're dealing with father and son relationships, it is just an inherently moving thing, because we've all got dads, and and a lot of us are dads. So to look into that world, it was a real pleasure to be able to do that. And that particular scene is a man he feels like he's let everybody down, and he's gone on this wild goose chase for no reason. And so that's quite an important scene, and I'm pleased you liked it.
What drew you to the role?
Well, when I heard about it, my dad just said it's a part about a farting reindeer, so that kind of drew me to it. And then he told me about my part. It's an innocent boy who's at the age where he's about to stop believing in Christmas, but then he just needs that push. And then seeing Santa and meeting him just gives him that push to believe in Santa for the rest of his life.
I'd always wanted to do a Christmas film. And also the script was just so brilliantly funny, and it had a bit of attitude, it had a bit of guts to it, and my son Harrison's 11, and I knew that he would enjoy this film, and so yeah, that's kind of why I did it.
I thought it was really well written, and I thought that Chris Smith, who's the director, I thought he was really clever, and I wanted to be in a film about Christmas because I love Christmas, and I wanted to work with Jim Broadbent.
Well, it was when the writer-director first pitched me the idea of Santa being put in prison that I thought it was a really fun idea and one I'd like to develop. So that's what we did. Then we developed the script together.
Yeah. My favourite Christmas movie growing up, well, it's probably The Snowman, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because I wrote The Snowman and The Snow Dog. But in terms of movies, I guess it would have to be Home Alone. Love Home Alone.
Oh, Home Alone's so good, yeah.
But there's not that many Santa films. There's like when I was growing up, I think there was a movie that Dudley Moore was in called Father Christmas the Movie, and that was the only one that I knew of that had Santa in it. And the sort of films that I was growing up watching were E.T., Star Wars. That was the sort of generation I was from. I mean, my favourite Christmas movie when I was growing up was actually Gremlins, because that was a Christmas movie. People forget that, but it was all set around Christmas, and it was about what could go wrong at Christmas, whether some gremlins could come in and screw your house up, and so, yeah.
I loved Santa Claus the movie. I really loved that. I remember going to the cinema actually to see that when I was really young, and I never forget the little boy when he went out and had the dinner, and he made that burp when he had the Coke, so I thought that was really cute.
Oh, well, I was always a great fan of Scrooge, and Alice has seen that's before my time, really, but it's a fantastic film, and I just love that.
Probably The Grinch.
Do you know what? Miracle on 34th Street, but not the original, the second one.
I liked Elf, and I like Bad Santa, but that's a bit naughty. That's maybe not for the same audience as this.
What was it about Jim Broadbent that made him the perfect Santa?
I think Jim is the definitive Santa. He was the only actor we ever wanted, and luckily he said yes, and he's just perfect.
I really like him in the film that we did together, Cloud Atlas, where he plays the agent character whose name has escaped me, but he is hilarious in it, and yeah, he's wonderful. I think he's great.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this one because I've actually seen a preview of it as well, so I'm really excited to actually part of this as well. The Saturdays have a song on the soundtrack called Christmas Wrapping.
Do you have any memorable moments from set?
Probably when, probably just the scene where I was filming filming in Manchester with a green screen, and I was flying on wires. That was just a really cool experience.
I guess just hanging out in Lambeth Prison, or Lancaster Prison, where we filmed it with Jim Broadbent dressed as Santa. It's not something you do every day, to be honest, but it was a delight, yeah.
I was leading a reindeer on a lead, and I stopped in front of it, and his antler went up my bum. Yeah, that was terrible. And he just walked away like nothing had happened. But to me it was special.
I think with the it was in that scene when the Santa's being toughened up. I think that was really great. And the member of the friend of the director's, friend of Chris's, who came in to be the man in the barber's chair before Santa comes in, and he's actually having his head shaved, and he has to leave with his head half shaved. And the poor guy, it was genuinely done. There was no mucking about. That was a half shaved head. That made me laugh so much.
Probably the best memory of the set was on day 2 of filming. We have this scene where Rafe Spall and Kit Connor, who's 10, meet the reindeer, and they're trying to communicate with him. And Santa has said that the reindeer don't speak, but they communicate. And the idea is we're going to put some fart sounds on the reindeer, and this one moment the reindeer is going to fart. And as the camera is coming around, the actors are delivering their lines. They just finished their lines. They just get to the point where we're going to put the sound effect on of the reindeer farting, and the reindeer lifts his tail and stretches, and then sort of does this thing like a horse does with his mouth. And then we called cut, and the whole crew laughed because literally the reindeer did exactly what we needed it to do. And then all we have to do is put the sound on. So when its tail comes up in the film, it's totally real. And that was like day 2. So we knew that something was gonna was gonna work.
Yeah. What was it like working with Jim Broadbent, because he's an amazing actor?
Literally is a legend. He's a legend. So working with a legend, it's amazing. It's kind of just surreal going from little parts in TV shows to going straight into a Warner Brothers film with Jim Broadbent and Rafe Spall and stuff. But Jim Broadbent was he's a true inspiration to me as a child actor, really.
How was it working with the rest of the cast?
That was brilliant. It was a really great casting together. We had a lot of laughs. It was very funny. Good laugh. And
I'm sure you did.
Fun. We just enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, really lovely. Everyone was really nice. Jim Broadbent's a smashing actor. The kid, the little boy, was great, and my new friend, the reindeer, was special.
Well, because I write the music and I'm in post-production, I don't get to engage with the cast all that much. But when I first went up to meet Chris, the director, I went up to the set to see them filming it, and I went to one of the prison scenes. And I was waiting around there, and then suddenly Jim Broadbent walked in with his full Santa gear, and I was actually quite intimidated. He's very tall, Jim, and he looked so like Santa in the gear. It was a really amazing moment.
On set, were you given any advice by Rafe or Jim?
Well, I think just watching them act with like next to me was kind of just that was a tip in itself.
Yeah.
You know, that was kind of an experience. It was amazing.
You have a horror background. The last time we interviewed you was for The Triangle. How was it for you going out of your comfort zone?
Well, to be honest, it's the weird thing about people saying about your comfort zone. This is my comfort zone. Making a horror movie is really, really hard. That's the weird thing that people don't realize in the media, is that why there are so few good horror movies is because making horror movies that are good is really hard. This was actually 100% easier than certainly making Triangle. You know, making Triangle was a very difficult film to make. This was, we cast it right. You know, we knew the story was a fish out of water story. You know, when you see these comedies that get made, when these directors will go around lauding themselves about, oh, I made this comedy. There's nothing easier than a fish out of water. You just need a great actor like Jim, and you set the context, and then you get a film that works. So this was actually probably one of my easier films to make. It wasn't Me Out of Water. Me Out of Water was trying to deal with a big conundrum like Triangle, which was a difficult film.
Yes, I think it is different making an animated film to live action, because you've got to with animation you've got to breathe so much life into the drawings that are on the screen or the plasticine characters and so you've got to push the emotion more than you do when there's actors on the screen, because when there's actors on the screen they've got a soul and an emotion that they bring to it already.
What am I a fan of? All sorts. I'm a fan of Willie Nelson, singer.
How did you feel about having your song on the soundtrack of the movie?
Oh, really excited, very honoured actually. Such an amazing cast and a great movie for all the family as well.
How does it feel adding your name to the people who played Santa Claus?
Oh, it's great. It's Santa's something I've been researching all my life, and it's a great treat to be asked to be one of the Santas.
Yeah. That's it from us at the Get Santa premiere. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. See you next time.
He really is. I am. I'm not an elf. This isn't so bad.